Okay, so we're moving on to our red willow dream catcher making, and in your supply kit you have a big teardrop, a bigger circle one, a smaller circle one. There's a finished circle one and a finished teardrop. So you have enough in your supply kit for 5 dream catchers. And I know you guys each received a one piece of sinew, but I want you to know that, and some of you probably know, that you break up the sinew. You just pull it apart. And you can get several pieces out of one piece. So you want to just break it up into 5 pieces of sinew. So these are considered, somewhat traditional dream catchers with the sinew. Sinew originated from like the buffalo, deer, elk, their tenons. That's what that's what our people used back in the day for sinew. And then of course the red willow is picked. And of course, before you pick anything, you offer your tobacco. So we have with me Roger Roan. Roger is a dream catcher maker extraordinaire. He has made many traditional as well as contemporary dream catchers. He makes some of the best dream catchers I've seen. So Roger's going to do more of the circular dream catcher, and I'll just demonstrate the teardrop. So he has his there. I have mine here. So when I first taught how to make dream catchers, I would tell my students to lay your dream catcher down like this on a piece of paper and then outline it. And normally, or what I found was when you're making a dream catcher, it's good to have an odd number of points. And what I call points are markings. You can literally mark your dream catcher so it comes out even. So you just draw a line, outline it, and then count your points like that. And hopefully you come up with an odd number. You can go small, you can go big. The smaller you go is harder. The bigger you go is easier, but it does get hard towards the middle. So you see like this one. So you see where the sinew is right here? This is a point, what I'm talking about. So you would know to put your first loop right there. Okay. So Roger, do you want to start? Show how you start it?
Okay, the first step is you go over and you come under. It's like a loop. Yeah, try 9 steps so it'll make it easier. If you go 12, it'll be better, but 9 you could get it easier, it'll be done quicker. So
So it's really important how you go over your dream catcher. You have to go over, not under, over. So I will try to show you. This is really hard for me because I'm growing my nails and I hate it. I'm gonna cut them. So anyway, like my first loop was right here. So what you do is you take the end of your sinew piece and you go over. See how I'm going over the dream catcher? Go over. And then you twist it like right here. So it makes a loop, which Roger's talking about. How that loop looks. Oh, sorry. Like, hold it in place and then you loop it. Do you see that little circle loop thing? Yeah, and then you pull. It's a little tricky at first just to get it started, but
over, well, it's going to slip anyway, but it'll fall back in place. Okay, now you jump over to your next circle, but it teaches you patience. Keep going. over. It's just like the, keep going in the circle. Never skip a line. Okay, when you get to, you always get to the middle of the thing, close to the end, you're gonna have to tie off. But actually, this is the end. This is where you tie off. The same loop you went over, you come back under it.
Okay, so he made it all the way around. So now he made it all the way around. Remember, you go over the dream catcher, over the willow, make a loop, pull it towards you, and you start your next point. He did that. He went all the way around. Now he's starting on his second tier. Do you see? You go in the middle. Somehow. Yep. And then he made his loop. Middle, loop, pull. And then when you start on your next one, you want to hold that in place, right in the middle. Hold it in place and then go to your next, oh, what you would call it, section.
Yeah, your next loop.
And then you go ahead and you loop again, go over, make that loop, hold it tight.
Keep going. Never skip a line. You always get to the middle of the thing and you pull. As you pull, you pinch. That's how you're going to make it tighter. So I just keep going up like a circle, round and round, round and round. Yeah, you never skip a loop, otherwise you're going to knock yourself off.
So you go to the next middle.
As you go, you
Hold it in place.
hold and you pinch. You pinch, that way it'll stay tight.
Yeah.
The thing about red willow, it slips.
Yeah, it's slippery.
It's slippery, but it shapes itself at the end.
Yeah.
If
See,
you
maybe.
put in a circle, you don't skip a line.
It's gonna do a big one. So I'm gonna go over. Always go over. And then this is what I'm talking about, a loop, so you guys can really see what I mean. Like that. And then pull. Okay, that's your first section, whatever it's called. Then you go to your next one. See, it's funny because I go this way, and so do Anishinaabe normally, and Roger's going the other way. And yeah, so it's kind of cool to see that. So, yep. So you go over, remember, get your loop, and then pull it. Go to your next one. So next I'm gonna go over, pull, pull, pull. See that loop, how that is? Like that, and keep pulling. And then you go to your next one. You hold it, and then go to your next one. Yep. As long as you get that done, you're gonna be able to go, you just keep doing that repetitively.
Round, just like a circle.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I didn't count, so who knows what it's gonna end up like, but I just thought maybe the bigger one would be easier to see.
Yeah, I ran out of sinew, so this is how you add on too.
This is a good thing to watch because sometimes you misjudge. Yep.
This is how you add on. Match it up even.
So you just tied a knot?
Yeah, just one knot. You burn it.
Be
Burn it
careful
up.
when you burn it too, because I've seen people do that and they burn their whole web.
Just gotta keep it distance away from it. And where you start it, you keep going. It may kind of slip, but then it just goes back in place when you pull tight again.
So I'm almost to where I started. See, this is my last section. You just do the same thing, you go around. And Roger, this is where you say tie a knot.
Yeah, tie a knot.
Okay, so
That way it
this
won't
this
slip.
one right here, you'll tie a knot because it'll slip. It already slipped.
Yeah.
So we'll
the
tie
loop
a
you go
knot.
under, you go back under there like a knot and you just wiggle it until it tightens.
Okay, so that's done. Now what I do is go to your first section right here. See it? What I'll do is I'll take, oh, it moved. That's
Pull it
okay.
tight, yeah, pull it real tight. What you want to do is try to match them straight across too.
So then I take my sinew, I go to the middle, see, middle, and I'm gonna just make a loop, just like I did from the very beginning. You're just gonna loop it over like this. See the loop? Go right to the middle and pull. See? And then
Some
hold
people,
it.
it's just like same, just like beadwork. All you're doing back that loop.
And then I'm gonna go to the middle, although this one's huge. This is gonna be so funny. Just go to the middle and loop.
Does it matter how tight you pull?
See how this frame is kind of flimsy? It's bendy. You don't want to pull tight on it, but you want to hold this tight. Your sinew you want to hold tight, but you don't want to pull it tight because it'll move like this. Is everyone getting the hang of it? It's really hard to
Yeah,
see
yeah, really
with
hard.
how fast you're going. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I going slower? Does it help? So remember, go to the middle of your string and you're gonna go over, whoops. Oh my goodness. Swear to God, it's my nails. Patience.
Yeah, patience.
So I'm gonna go to the middle, like that. Make that hoop. See it, that loop? Make it, pull, pull, pull. See, it's still a loop, pull, pull, pull. And there you go.
Towards you.
See? And then you hold it. And then you go to your next one. To the middle. Make the hoop. See the hoop? Or loop? I keep saying hoop. Pull, pull, pull. Hold it. Go to your next one. Middle. The loop. Loop, loop. See the loop? Pull, pull, pull. Hold it. And then Roger, you're almost to the end.
Yep.
You want to show them how to end?
Yeah, like, oh, you tied the loop at the top when you tie it off. Same way you tie it off on here. Okay, here's where I'm gonna tie off now. That loop you went over, like you went back over it now. That same loop you have, you go back under it. And you gently, you pull, and you're done. Perfect.
Oh, good, someone's learning. She said, I'm learning, and I've always wanted to learn. Thank you so much. I know this is a really hard thing virtually to do. Just keep practicing. And maybe if you guys have enough interest, if there's enough interest, maybe we could have an in-person, when we do our when we go back to in-person, we could have this as an activity as well.
Okay,
So,
now this is where I'm tying up. This is where I'm ending right here. I did that loop. And then that same loop, you do that over and you go back under. Step and pull. They don't usually turn out straight, but they will turn out. And how I make it so it won't come apart is I double loop it again.
and just remember, things don't have to be perfect,
It doesn't turn out perfect, but a round perfect coupe will be perfect.
but it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do what you want to do. You could put a bead in there if you wanted to. You could adorn it with a feather or something. It just kind of, however you believe, whatever you were taught about the traditional dream catchers, do that. There's his dream catcher. And with that, I'm just gonna end too, but this is how far I got, and I would have to add more sinew. But this is what a completed teardrop one looks like, and then smaller one. Alrighty. Does it matter if you use other wood? If you don't have red willow available, you can use whatever you want. As long as it's flexible, bendable, but it just kind of depends on what is your purpose of making it. So if you're making it, for traditional reasons, then I would say use your red willow.
Yeah, the red one.
But if you're just making it just for decoration or contemporary use, it doesn't matter what kind of wood you use or even a metal hoop. So that's what we have tonight. Alrighty, well, miigwech, and thank you, Roger.
Mhm.